Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week, I've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy's back.
What's up, Pasta Pals? I'm back.
Hello.
And I'm pissed. I don't know. Not actually.
He's got some takes.
How are you guys?
I'm pretty good. I think both me and Joe were on, company drinking days yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I've had a company drinking
Dang,
week.
that sounds great.
Company drinking week?
Whoa.
Yeah. It was like
An FNL drinking week.
we had like a tech week at work where it was like everybody in engineering and IT is going to like come into the office and we'll like do fun stuff.
Nice.
Get no work done.
And get no work done.
That's always great.
For some reason, I just picture like it's a reality TV show, and then like at the end, someone gets voted off. It was like a party the whole time, but like also lots of drama.
Yeah. And
then,
now
like,
that you're in the office, please step into my office. We have something to talk about your future here.
It's the trick to get people into the office so they can fire you face to face.
You show up at the
man.
office and there's only like 5 of you there. It's like, oh, I thought everyone was coming. It's like, nope, just you guys.
We don't need to go too deep into it because obviously we got some exciting show to watch tonight.
Yeah.
But I have one question for you, Joe. Because
Yeah.
you texted us, the group, yesterday. You said, I'm on a party bus.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gave us a party bus update, which is there's no beer. And the driver just told me his mom died this morning.
Yeah, that really
God.
set off the party. Like we're going on a booze cruise on Lake Minnetonka.
Like you do.
Yeah, and there was going to be bus transportation from work to Lake Minnetonka, which is not a long ride. So like I thought it was just going to be like
It's like 15 minutes max.
just a school bus ride, but like no,
Yeah.
they like rented a party bus that like it's like painted black and sparkly party bus with like stripper poles on the
Some
inside.
poles, yeah.
Definitely would assume there would have been drinks then.
Yeah.
Based on that.
But
But yeah, there was no beer, like no one brought anything to like drink on the bus. And then the bus driver was just like, "Hey guys, sorry I was late," which he was like 2 minutes late. Like no one noticed anything. He's like, "Sorry I was late. Like I like flew back like this morning from like California. Like my mom just passed away." And we're just like, "Whoa."
wow.
And then he's like, so yeah, anyways, we have a Bluetooth speaker here if anyone wants to set up music. He's like, "We need a DJ."
Who wants the aux cord?
Yeah.
Who immediately played Let the Bodies Hit the Floor?
yeah.
Oh God.
Even worse, they put on Accidentally in Love by the Counting Crows. So yeah, that's just like blasting in my ear while I'm thinking about how like this man is working on the day
Just
that his
ruined
mom
that
passed
song for
away.
you.
Yeah.
Just
Ruined it
another
forever.
example of our really great job system.
Hell yeah, capitalism, baby, tech week.
Tech week. God, it sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
Right.
It's just really bleak.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Good times.
Well,
yeah, this one's for you.
bus
John.
driver.
Yeah. Didn't even get his name.
Oh, his mom's name was Cheryl. I don't know.
You're just coming. Okay, Joe. What
Just
is
making up names.
Joe? What is first and last? Let's get into this.
Party week. We take a TV show. We watch the first episode and then the finale. We watch nothing in between. A lot of times it's shows we've not seen any of, so we're just like making up the nonsense of what we saw in between. We try to make predictions for the finale. That's kind of fun. People like that. But sometimes we pick shows that we've seen all of.
Or at least most of us.
Or at
Some
least
people have seen all
Some people
of.
have seen all of.
Not often though.
And in rare occasions, we get to watch the finale like as it comes out
In real time.
in real time.
What have we
semi.
done that for? It's
Yeah, it
Game
came
of
out a couple days ago.
Thrones. Yeah.
Yeah, in time of recording, it came out a couple days ago. But has everybody
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We did that for. I
Yeah.
think.
has everybody not been spoiled?
Yes, I
I'm
stayed
not
pure.
spoiled.
My
I
love is pure.
scrolled right by the Bob Odenkirk was on the Late Show with Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel's like on vacation, so he's had all these guest hosts. Have you seen this?
I know
I
that's
feel
a
like I've heard
thing.
of that.
Rob McElhenney was one.
Oh, cool.
It was a little awkward. He's just. It was a little awkward. And then Al Franken was the one interviewing Bob Odenkirk, and I did watch a sketch they did about a like Trump like hearing, but I didn't watch any of the interview.
Just in case.
You know,
It'd be hilarious if they just spoiled the show like on national like TV. Like, oh, and this is what happens, by the way.
yeah, I'm sure they didn't say like too much about the show, but
Mhm.
you got to talk about it. That's why he's there, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Big
obviously,
deal.
listeners, read the title, I'm assuming, of the podcast, and we're just saying Bob Odenkirk over, but we're doing Better Call Saul.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Saul Goodman.
Hopefully. That's the goal, right? I guess if anyone somehow is not in the know, Better Call Saul is the sequel sort of spinoff, basically, of Breaking Bad. It originally aired February 8th, 2015, and its last episode was just a few days ago at the time of recording. August 15th, 2022 was its finale.
Okay.
This is the Jimmy, what do you know about this show? Because we
Basically nothing.
watched Breaking Bad, and you've never seen Breaking Bad either, really, right?
I never finished Breaking Bad, so
Oh,
and he's not in it right away.
no.
So I don't even know if I've seen an episode with Bob Odenkirk in it. So I'm just imagining like silly, like Mr. Show Bob Odenkirk, or like Arrested Development Bob Odenkirk, but like in a super depressing show.
What was he in Arrested Development?
I mean, he's like a bit. I feel like he's like the same guy in every every show he has like a one-off appearance in. He's just
okay.
kind of dry, awkward guy, you know?
I can see that.
Because he's in I feel like he's been in an episode of like every TV show.
Mm-hmm.
If listeners hear ice jingling, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like I've been jingling a lot
We got some
already.
really jingly.
We're just jingling. We're just gonna
beverages
lay it out
today
because
in the
we're
studio.
drinking. What is it called, Joe?
It's a rusty nail.
So we're drinking a lawyer drink
Yeah.
in honor of Saul.
Drinking a glass full of rusty nails, and that's the jingling that you're hearing.
Yeah, the actual nails. Spoiler for the pilot, he makes a rusty nail in it.
I was gonna guess that. I did think about like I mentioned this, but I feel like I got tossed down of like, what if I watched the finale and not the pilot, and I could have just done a last and first and just guessed based on the finale what the pilot was about.
I mean, that would have been interesting, I suppose, but it would have been
I didn't do that.
okay.
Mostly out of just laziness.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
but
Okay. So you've never seen any bit of this show at all.
I've seen the like cold open with what's her name?
Rhea Seahorn.
Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett.
Oh yeah, because I wanted to watch
Because
that
Joe
opening. one
played
day.
it for us
Oh, yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. So that was recent. But I could draw nothing from that interaction. It's
Yeah.
just
No.
Carol Burnett and
Well,
Bob
because I
Odenkirk,
didn't
which
even
is
know
fantastic.
I didn't even know that you hadn't finished Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched
Person-
the finale.
He watched.
That's true.
Person
I mean-
lasted it.
Yeah, I mean
I've
that's
finished it.
that's how you watch TV.
Yeah, right?
So
How
Um,
we do
I
it?
mean, essentially, what you
It was
need to
excellent.
know about him going into Better Call
He's a
Saul
lawyer.
is he's their lawyer,
Sure.
and he's
And they better call him.
at that shitty TV like Better Call Saul if the law's on you or something. You know?
yeah, the like
Yeah.
Jesse describes him as like you get him when you need more than a criminal lawyer. You need a criminal lawyer.
Nice. You need a lawyer who's also a criminal.
Yeah, so he's just the slipperiest of lawyers.
Nice.
Mhm.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. And so this is, it kind of goes back and forth. I'll just lay this little part out, I suppose, is the show kind of goes back and forth. It's what Saul is doing like after Breaking Bad, but then also what he, like his like past before he
we got some
becomes,
flashbacks.
before he's like the lawyer Better Call Saul,
Okay.
or Saul Goodman.
Mhm.
I feel like we've watched shows like this, but I'm not. I'm drawing a blank. So is it like 50-50?
I think it depends on what season you're watching.
You know what I just thought of? Trying to think of what shows like that was Green Arrow.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like Green Arrow, so you'll love it. It's exactly like a WB superhero
Queen.
show.
Yeah.
Joe, I mean, right away, you've seen obviously all of Breaking Bad and all of Better Call Saul up until right now,
and El Camino.
And
I forgot about that.
Gotta see El Camino.
Yeah, it's the Netflix movie that's essentially a sequel to Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but is it just Paul? Is that his name?
Aaron Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's basically like his like finish. You know,
it's his epilogue.
His epilogue.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right on.
Finish sounded
That's
like
cool.
he died.
Just his
or maybe he did.
Maybe he did.
Spoiler.
Who knows?
Well, I get what you're saying, because the finale of Breaking Bad is the finish.
I actually watched the finale of Breaking Bad last night just to get in the zone.
Nice. Good call.
Good call, Saul.
Good call, Saul. But so what I was going to ask is, I get the impression from you, Joe, that Better Call Saul is fast becoming, or has already now become, a show you like more than Breaking Bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
I mean, I was just looking up these stats, but for Breaking Bad, there was 62 episodes over 5 seasons, 5 years. And for Better Call Saul, it's been 63 episodes over 6 seasons and 7 years. So the spinoff has like taken up more space, like episode wise, than the original, which is kind of crazy to think about.
That's wild.
But yeah, there's probably people who will still vouch for Breaking Bad and say that it's the better show. And there's something to it that it's, it was the original and this is, the spin-off or the sequel or whatever. And, any spin-off or sequel owes something to the original. But when I just think about like the show as I enjoyed it, I very much have rewatched more of Better Call Saul than I've rewatched Breaking Bad. And it's a lot of the same crew who have been working on Better Call Saul, and it just feels like they have a better feel for how they want to make shows and have just gotten better at their craft.
Yeah, you mean better crew like Vince Gilligan and the production crew.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like some of the same characters, obviously, but
sure.
But yeah, the writing and production is, it seems like they've really honed in on like the type of show that they want to make now.
Nice.
I think I'm 50-50 currently. Without watching this finale, I think I'll make a decision after the finale, but I think Breaking Bad currently is still my favorite of these two shows.
And that's one of the things is, we'll see when we get to the finale, but like it seems like they did Breaking Bad, they, announced Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad was done, and then they did that El Camino movie, which is kind of out of nowhere. And because Better Call Saul like plays in the past and present relative to Breaking Bad, like it kind of feels like this finale for Better Call Saul is just like the finale of the entire like Breaking Bad saga.
I think Vince Gilligan said that he has no plans and doesn't want to do anything else, and like the BBCU, the Breaking Bad Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Yeah, so even though this is the spinoff, it feels like I wouldn't be surprised if in the finale they pull a lot more Breaking Bad characters out and plot points, that they just treat this as like the total full finale.
Right. But this is the first episode that we're getting into. So Jimmy, do you get any thoughts based on even what you remember, I guess, from the Breaking Bad finale? It doesn't really apply too much to this, I suppose.
Say, I didn't even think
your limited
about
knowledge.
how that might. I mean, but here's what I assume is that Aaron Paul. I want him to be in this like pilot. I feel like you need as many characters as you can to get it
to get that crossover,
to get it going. It's usually how it works.
Yeah.
And he's racing in on something, and for whatever reason, he's trying to call Saul. I can't get a hold of Saul. Saul's busy with some other probably crazy, insane shit he's gotten himself into.
Mm-hmm.
And then they connect, and then
it's. I mean, since you've seen the end of Breaking Bad, I guess it's worth like just like recalling that like it ends with everybody fucking died, except for Jesse, who escaped, and Saul. I guess we didn't even see Saul, but Saul is elsewhere. And like
he definitely was like trying to be on the lam near the end, right? Like at the end of Breaking Bad, he was trying to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Was he using the same guy?
The vacuum guy.
Yeah, the vacuum guy in the end of Breaking Bad too.
Yeah.
So like how Walt used the vacuum guy to like get a new identity and move somewhere else for like that for last 2 or 3 episodes or whatever he did. Like Saul was in communique with that person as well, and just trying to get out because I mean obviously he's the lawyer of the biggest meth manufacturer in like United States history. So
yeah, I just bring that up to say that like everything's gone to shit. So if Saul is still out there, then like people are looking for him.
Gotcha. Okay. So he's running. Sounds super fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. Should we just go?
Let's hit it. I don't know how many times I've seen this this pilot, but it's a lot of times. I feel like especially this opening, I've seen it.
Wow. I think I've seen this pilot once.
I feel like I'm excited because I feel like it's got to be huge, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna hit. Let's go.
I remember it being good. Let's find out. The first episode is called Uno. It was written and directed by Vince Gilligan, so that's already, probably a good. And Peter Gould, or is it Gold?
I think it's pronounced Gould. Yeah.
Okay. So they both wrote it, but it was directed by Vince Gilligan. It originally aired February 8th, 2015. 6.88 million viewers in the U.S., which in 2015 is a pretty big number for a live TV show. True. So. All right, we're going to get to that, and we will be back once it's over. And we're back. We're done with the first episode of Better Call Saul. It was called Uno. You got a write-up, Jimmy?
Yeah, mostly. I have too much of a write-up, so I'm going to try to abbreviate a little bit, summarize. We have an opening, which is, I assume, a part of this show from the now 2 openings that I've seen. And in which Saul, and this is in like real time, post Breaking Bad, is working at a Cinnabon. So I'm guessing he's pretending to be somebody else at this point.
Yeah, he's in hiding.
And then he goes back to his like apartment and watches an old VHS tape of his old like television ads. And then opening credits roll. So then we flash back, which the entire rest of the episode is in a flashback, where he is Jimmy McGill. Did we know that was his name?
At one point in Breaking Bad, he references that like, oh yeah, my real name is McGill.
Oh,
like, yeah,
cool. Jimmy McGill, and he's a struggling attorney, and he's representing these teenagers who cut the head off a corpse and banged it.
Yep.
And he's pissed because he only gets paid $700 for doing it, and he's clearly very poor. Then he meets with this couple who are like in danger of being investigated for embezzlement. It seemed like.
The husband's a treasurer of something.
He was like the county treasurer.
Yeah. He did it, right?
Well, I mean, later on when they were trying to do the con with the skateboarders, they were trying to get that couple.
Right.
They had a huge boat. And they're like, we didn't steal any money.
Get there. So he meets with this couple. He's trying to convince them to use him as his lawyer. And they're like, wife's not even sure they need a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. They are hesitant and they leave. He drives away and he's like calling someone to order this couple flowers. And then he presumably hits a skateboarder And then this two skateboarding like twin brothers try to con him out of like some money for hitting him, and he spots it pretty quickly that they're scamming him, and calls them out, and they run away. Then he keeps going to his like office, which is underneath a beauty salon, which is pretty fun. He finds this big check, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? And he tears it up. So, yeah. And then he heads to this office. The check is from what is it? Hamlin
McGill.
Yeah. And he storms in there into this firm with the torn up check and is like, oh, this is ridiculous. I want a lot more money for Chuck.
His brother Chuck, yeah.
His brother Chuck.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Got it. I was like, what is the relation? Is he his dad? Because there's an age difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, he wants a lot more money to buy out Chuck from the firm.
Yeah.
They're like giving him little chunks of money.
Yeah. Charles McGill is a former partner at HHM, Hamlin McGill. And they've hinted at that he about a year ago stopped working there.
Yeah.
Stopped coming into the office. And
he's
so now
like sick. Or
yeah.
At least presumably sick.
Yeah.
Seems a little maybe mentally sick.
I assume the next thing you're going to get into is that, but it's
yeah.
Jimmy is upset because he wants them to just buy out Chuck instead of just like sending him like payments as if Chuck still works there.
Right. Very interesting, because in his current predicament, you'd think that, he's fighting over like $3 like parking like payment. Like, why is he not cashing this check immediately?
Yeah, for thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. I'd be ecstatic if I got that envelope in the mail. But so then he goes and sees his brother, and he's like putting his like electronics in the mailbox, and he's walking in, and there's like no working lights or electricity at all.
It's nighttime, and it's just in the darkness with some like gas lanterns.
Yeah, and he's the fridge they're using is just a cooler, and he's got a trash bag full of ice and some groceries. So his brother thinks he's something to do with electricity.
Yeah,
he's
it's essentially
sensitive.
like a electricity allergy.
Uh-huh.
Which is
you don't sound convinced, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Aha.
Right. That'll get you, man.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay. That whole thing was weird because I wasn't quite sure what their relationship was. And like it wasn't even I didn't even catch that Jimmy's last name was McGill until they like brought up the matchbook thing, which I assume then that the couple. Oh, I think I skipped over that part that he sees the couple, the embezzlement couple from earlier at the firm, and then he's pissed.
Yeah,
he's kicking trash.
I think
cans.
it's intentionally slow played like that because you're watching this show knowing this character as Saul Goodman,
right?
And then in the scene with the Kettlemans, he says, "No, call me Jimmy." When they say like Mr. whatever, and he says, "No, call me Jimmy." And then later you see the matchbook that says James M. McGill, and I think that's the first time you see his full name.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
What else? Then like the next day, Jimmy tracks down the skateboarders who try to con him and gets them involved in this con to do that same thing to the couple, to the woman.
Did we talk about the skateboard con?
Yeah.
We did their initial one where they try to con him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they tried to con him, and he spotted it right away. They skate off. He finds them at the skate park. Surprise, surprise. Classic. And he teaches them how this is all going to go down. He's the master. And then it goes awry when they do it perfectly.
Well, the
car speeds off.
The scam is that they're going to use that same scam, but target Betsy Kettleman, who Jimmy was trying to get the Kettlemans to let him represent them, but they thought that he was a he's the type of lawyer that like guilty people hire.
Yeah.
And he's like starving for clients right now. So
he comes off exactly the way he is in that meeting.
So his scam is like they run this thing where it's a, an accident, but like maybe the driver thinks that there's some fault, and he's gonna come in as like a knight in shining armor to be like, oh, I'll help mediate this, and like, oh, after he solves the situation with the skateboarders, like, hey, maybe I can like settle your embezzlement thing too.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty good scheme.
It's not what happens.
Yeah.
At all. Which I love. I love that about this show. I feel like nothing's ever tied up in a bow. The car speeds off. You don't see Betsy or who's driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
The skateboarders somehow they back to the future it and hang on to the back of a pickup and follow this car all the way to where it stops at this house, not the Kettleman's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on the phone with Jimmy while they're like back to the futuring, and kind of giving him some directions, and then he finds the car and then gets pulled into someone comes to the door with a gun, puts him at gunpoint, and then it's someone from Breaking Bad.
It's Tuco.
Yeah.
Not the Kettlemans.
Yeah,
Surprise.
Tuco Salamanca, who was like just one of the like cartel toughs in the early seasons of Breaking Bad.
So Jimmy is just running into random Breaking Bad characters in this show.
Yeah, left and right.
Because the parking attendant that wanted his $3 was someone too. You said.
Yeah, that's Mike
Ehrmantraut.
Mike Ehrmantraut, who's
Nice.
just like a fixer for the cartel, gets stuff done.
I feel like he's in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. He was
He's
was in Community for like later seasons,
yeah,
right?
he's the custodian.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right. Well, that's the last thing. He gets pulled in by this baddie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like that they
Very
use
fun.
like Mike and they use like Tuco because number one, they probably can afford them.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it's like it just doesn't put it a precedent of being like you're not going to get Bryan Cranston in this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's a little bit of separation, but it's still the same universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Paul's making a weird show about a cult right now.
That's still happening.
No, I think that show's over now, but
There we go. Stay tuned next week.
he was doing it. I watched most of that show over the course of like 5 years because it was just okay.
That's like a Hulu original, isn't it?
I think so. What'd you think, Jimmy?
I loved it. I after one episode, I understand how you could. I mean, just for me, like watching Breaking Bad was like a mental, took some like mental gymnastics of like, I need to get in a space and a headspace to prepare myself for this. This show, like the stakes are very different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like there's still stakes, but it's not as heavy.
Yeah.
It is weird that Saul got lung cancer right away, though, too.
Well, you know.
Spoiler.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, and Bob Odenkirk's funny, which, you
Yeah.
know, Bryan Cranston's really pretty silly, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bryan Cranston
there's
can
that.
be hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you seen all of Malcolm in the Middle? Because I have.
No, I haven't seen all of it.
But, yeah.
But I do agree. They kind of have a similar, they're funny in a similar way. They're not like cracking jokes, but they're like really funny.
Yeah.
Situationally.
There were some good jokes cracked. Like the one I remember is when the kids are scamming him, and they're trying to con him out of like $500. Like $500 makes this problem go away.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was just like, "You picked me to scam for $500?" Like, and he's like pointing to his card. He's like, There's no way that this car is worth $500 unless there's a $300 hooker inside.
Yeah, that is good.
And I heard that joke and I went, "Wait, how are you gonna get that $300? She's charging it." Not.
yeah. She's not worth $300.
Did she already get paid and she just has that in her pocket?
It would just raise the value because there's a valuable thing in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a hooker.
Yeah, $300 hooker.
Yeah,
It's better than a $20 hooker.
God,
So I've been told.
I would not know.
So I've been told.
You get what you pay for.
What else?
Joe, did you
Yeah.
like this episode?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it is very different from how, not immediately, I'm not saying episode 2, it's immediately different, but like the vibe and tone of this show almost feels a little bit more like Breaking Bad than I feel like.
Like in this episode?
Yeah, in this
Okay.
episode.
Interesting.
It feels like a lighter Breaking Bad episode than it does the rest of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I think some of that is like just the Vince Gilligan-ness of this, where I know he's been involved with Better Call Saul, but like this episode specifically was like written and directed by Vince, right?
Yep.
There's just like a little bit of
A little more X-Filesy.
there's like
Just
some
use the X-Files.
there's a little bit of like ickiness or like
your phone is like, yeah,
Am I
it's
buzzing?
your phone. You're buzzing like mad.
Oh no.
there's a little bit of like icky edginess that like Vince introduces. Like I like it wasn't a dark episode by any means. It was very light and a lot of jokes, but like the whole thing with the kids that he's defending in like the first part, like did some weird stuff with a corpse and like potentially like put their dick in the corpse.
Yeah.
Like that's like a weird, gross detail that like you get less of throughout Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Could have ended with just the cutting off the head of the corpse.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
really
right.
didn't need to go as far
Like
as they
this
went.
very sad, dark stuff that happens, but kind of less gross, I guess.
Less dicks.
No less dicks, yeah.
Not interested.
I mean,
Just kidding.
yeah, there's some crazy stuff that happens in the show for sure.
At the same time, I like going back to watch this so close to the end of the show, like I'm seeing so many of like the seeds that were planted early in just how you're supposed to think of these characters in the first episode is so different. Maybe not so different, but like a lot of it is very different to how the characters end up. Like the way that you see Chuck, his brother, and like you kind of feel bad for him because he's like sick and like he's clearly not well.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the show's done, you're like, yeah, fucking fuck Chuck. And then conversely,
I'll second fuck Chuck.
yeah.
If we need to.
And then conversely, like Howard Hamlin is this like fucking douchebag lawyer, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
think he's like
Let's
totally
dance,
against
Harold.
Yeah, that he's totally against Jimmy and like trying to like scheme against him. And like watching this first episode, I'm like, man, it kind of seems like Howard was just trying to do right by Chuck and by Jimmy to just like smooth things over.
I mean, I'll be honest. In a way, I kind of feel like Chuck has always kind of been the good guy,
Mm-hmm.
sort of. Like he's always tried to kind of do a good thing, but like Jimmy's just so insufferable towards him that
Mhm.
it's like impossible.
Sure. I assume most, all these people, they know who this guy is and they just roll their eyes at him.
Mhm,
He's just
mhm.
kind of a thorn in the side.
Yeah. I mean, I think they do one really good thing, which is persistent throughout the whole show. You could see it in Breaking Bad,
Can I
basically.
Go back a second.
Yeah.
You had said, that you think Chuck is a good guy, and but
Mhm.
that Jimmy's insufferable. Is that what you meant, or were you meaning to talk about Howard?
Howard.
Howard.
Howard's a good guy, yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Howard isn't necessarily a bad guy, but
No.
because you're watching this show through Jimmy,
Mhm.
he's the enemy, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I must have said that. I said the wrong. I don't like Chuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we went from fuck Chuck to Chuck's the good guy.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah. I
Real
messed that up.
fast.
Yeah, I don't like Chuck. Chuck's awful.
Mhm.
But and I mean, I don't necessarily like Howard either
yeah,
per
yeah.
se, but like there's no part of me that if I'm like thinking about it clearly, I'm like, oh, Howard's not like a bad person by
Mhm.
any means. He's usually trying to do right.
Yeah. Which, like, in watching this first episode, because you're only seeing Jimmy's side of it, you're just like, oh, this check that Howard is giving for $26,000, he's just using this to
Like pay him
shove it in my
off
face and
or-
pay
yeah.
me off. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and then with that, because you only see in Jimmy's, you start seeing it eventually a little bit broader, but you also, even in this episode, you see like, just like Jimmy obviously has like, just, I don't know, like the largest amount of chips on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just like always like trying to dig up, but he's always digging himself down
Mm-hmm.
and doing just insane stuff and whatnot. And I mean, just like the way Saul Goodman is, even in Breaking Bad, you're
Mhm.
like, the fuck is up with you, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you
yeah.
know,
It's a completely different guy.
it's, so, but he's always, there's always just this like, like, maybe inferiority complex in a way,
Yeah.
or something like that,
Mhm.
whatever, to just about Jimmy McGill now, Saul Goodman later,
Mm-hmm.
where, I mean, a lot of this show, sometimes you just feel bad for Jimmy,
Yeah.
but then you're like, but you just did all of this
Yeah, you
yourself.
did all this. Yeah. He's definitely guilty here.
And in that way, it's the same as Breaking Bad,
Mm-hmm.
or as Walter White,
Mhm.
at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's really where the parallels are right there. It's like maybe some of the things they're doing are like in the vein of being in the vein of altruism in a way,
Mm-hmm.
but in the most skewed, like, what? No, like,
Yeah.
talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And they're
in
gonna
the-
like be
in-
like, this is not the right way to do any of this.
Yeah. In the end, Walt says, I did it for me. I did it for myself.
Yeah, like he comes to terms
Yeah.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was I think this is on a different podcast, but someone had made the comparison between Walter and Saul, Jimmy, that like Walter in like his hubris wanted people to like fear him, whereas
Well, he couldn't get like genuine respect, so he
Yes,
settled
yes.
for fear.
that's exactly it. Is he wanted respect, but he couldn't get that, so he got fear, or so
Mhm.
he settled for fear. But Jimmy also wants respect, but when he doesn't get that, he just wants people to love him.
Yeah.
He wants he wants to be the good time guy and the guy who solves your problems.
Even if that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he caused the problem to solve. He doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
It's good. I think this show, I mean, obviously most people going into the show saw Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine that
Just,
under
just big Mr.
75% of the people watching the show either have seen Breaking Bad or are sitting on the couch next to someone who has seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
So they can be like, let me tell
Right.
you. It's what you see. Jimmy's there right now,
Yeah.
sitting next to people.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously there's a lot of knowledge going into this and whatnot, but I think it stays very true
Mm-hmm.
to like technically its source material. I think it does a really good job of expanding even a little bit in this first episode on the character of Saul Goodman, and adds a lot of new interesting characters while giving us teensy little like not crazy important but
Mhm.
like mid-level characters.
Yeah. I think another thing I was struck by in watching this pilot again was I think Jimmy Saul is in every scene.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
Yeah, I'd say it was very centric
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
around one character.
if he's not in a scene, it's like when the skateboarders get hit by the car.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he's like on the phone.
yeah. He's
and
part
in-
of that
He's
still.
part of it, so
Yeah.
he's just not in that location, but he's
Mhm.
in the scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they had
Mhm.
Saul in every scene, which maybe was like that for like the beginning of Breaking Bad with Walter.
Sure.
But yeah, it just as Better Call Saul went on, it was definitely more of an ensemble, and there's multiple things going on. A lot of it not involving Jimmy at all.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my predictions are very Saul heavy based on this
Yeah.
pilot.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably safe based on how many characters aren't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, that's a good point. From what I know about Breaking Bad, people die.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It happens.
Every day.
Both of the quote unquote returning characters with Mike and Tuco, they're both dead.
They're dead.
In Breaking Bad.
I assume
you know.
Oh, in Breaking Bad.
They die in Breaking Bad.
I assume Chuck is dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not going to ruin anything for
because
you.
it's like
Anyone
was-
listening to this podcast better know that we're spoiling everything.
Yeah.
So
right. I just mean like he was already like not doing great, and this went on for how many seasons?
6.
This is 6. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Well, no, I'll save it. I'll save it till we do predictions. Are we gonna do predictions now?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I mean, I'm ready for
Is there more?
predictions. Yeah. No, we can do predictions.
Okay.
Do you want to do yours?
Sure.
Go.
Well, then I will. Okay, so then I do. So one more caveat then, because you guys know this.
Yep.
So has Jimmy met Walter yet? In the like flashbacks of this show.
That's hard
Like
to say.
has it caught up to Breaking Bad, I guess is my question.
I mean, like, because obviously there's 2 parts of the show. It's
Right.
like the present, which is the after Breaking Bad stuff, and then there's the past. And this past that we saw in this episode was obviously way before he wasn't even Saul Goodman. He was Jimmy McGill.
Yeah.
There is times I don't know if they've had scenes where like when he first meets him in Breaking Bad, and they like pay him money to like make him be their lawyer kind of thing. Like that scene has happened in the show.
Yeah, Jimmy hasn't seen that, but yeah, they kind of replay the first scene where Jimmy meets
Okay.
Walter and Jesse.
Jimmy, I haven't seen
Yeah.
Jimmy meet, but he's Saul at that point.
He is
Yeah.
Saul at that point. Yeah. But they.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
So,
it's interesting.
So in Better Call Saul, the flashbacks have caught up to Saul.
Yeah, there's flashbacks to Breaking Bad times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So the prediction is Walter cameo.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
fair.
that's totally possible.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Great.
I think he's been in the show like once, twice.
Yeah, in one episode,
In
a
like-
couple scenes in one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Walter
Okay.
White's been in the show for maybe 5 minutes total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jesse Pinkman was in it
Great.
a couple times too.
Mhm.
So, but that
Okay.
I mean, this is the end. So who knows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My first one my second one is a funeral. I'm assuming Saul dies. Just because that's my like Breaking Bad tie-in.
That's how Vince Gilligan ends.
That's
shows.
how you do it.
Yeah. To be
You kill
to be
him.
clear, the prediction is funeral.
Prediction is funeral.
Got it. Okay.
I came up with a couple extra just in case some of these weren't gonna pan out. So now I have to make a decision. So number 3, I think Saul watches his VHS again at some point
Okay.
from the first
From the
episode
pilot?
from
Okay.
Uno. I'll go with that one, and then I'll go with Jimmy teaches a lesson. So in this first episode, he is like a sit down with the skateboarders, and he's telling them about like how he's good at this like grifting business, because when he was a kid they called him Slippin' Jimmy, and he used to go out in the winter of Iowa or Michigan or Ohio, where was it, wherever it was, and like get and do this like slip thing and get people to pay him money. And
Mhm.
he's like, but he turns it into a whole story, a whole lesson. So I think Jimmy teaches a
It's
lesson,
like teaching parables.
or Saul, I guess, at this point.
Cool.
All right, I want to go because I feel like Joe's are going to be very interesting.
Okay.
I don't know why. So number 1, I don't know why, but I think we get a glimpse into like Saul's court case. I think potentially
Like his own trial.
like he's like on trial.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
He's not been like
Oh, man.
apprehended or any like he's like
Mhm.
still like a free man currently. going into this finale.
I'll be so mad. One of the ones I didn't use was Saul wins a court case, and if he's in his trial and he wins it, I'd be so pissed.
He wins his own. That'd be fun. I think Kim dies.
Okay.
Kim Possible.
I was gonna go real dark, and I was gonna say Kim commits suicide.
I like it.
But I won't be a little bit more broader. But just in case, I think that's how she dies.
Vince Gilligan didn't write it, so maybe not.
Yeah, fair enough. Number 3, Jimmy, you think we're going to see Walter White?
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Skylar White.
Yep.
I hate Skylar White.
Skylar.
I hope I'm wrong.
Let's get all the whites in there.
And then, Jimmy, fun enough, number 4, you said something about the VHS.
Yeah.
And my VHS, especially since they've been doing the intro sequence, has like been like a VHS kind of blue screen with the noise
with
recently.
The Carol Burnett one.
I think something about like Jimmy, like basically the smoking gun for him comes in the form of a VHS.
Of a VHS. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think there's somehow he gets like screwed because of a VHS. Like that's his smoking gun.
I like that. I'm into it.
All right.
Cool.
I had a 5th one.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a joke one, but it was Haley Ehrmantraut finally gets money.
Oh.
Mike's niece.
I'm sure that's hilarious.
Yeah.
his granddaughter.
Yeah, his granddaughter.
Yeah.
Okay. His granddaughter, he keeps trying to get in Breaking Bad, he tries to put a ton of money away, but then like the DEA seizes it. And then I think he does it again. He tries it in Better Call Saul also at some point a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's just leading up.
It's just leading up to that. But either way, it's just like a thing with Mike. He keeps trying to do it, and it keeps getting taken away.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
my 5th one, my unofficial 5th one, is Haley finally gets some
He
money.
gets a little bit of money.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I will take a point if she gets money.
My first prediction. Well, actually, my first prediction, but I've removed it now. I was gonna predict that Jimmy's gonna get 0 points.
Yeah, that'd be a good bet.
Yeah, just because after watching the first episode, I'm just like, there's no way. A lot of these people are gone. Like, but you made some pretty good predictions.
Yeah,
I
they're
think,
pretty
so
solid.
I took that out.
Thank you. Wow.
But now, you know who we hate more than Skylar White? Marie Schrader is back.
Oh man.
Uncle Hank's wife.
Uncle Hank.
I think I like her more than Skylar White.
Yeah, so I think Marie is back. So Saul, whose original name is Jimmy McGill, who in the future like timeline is now going by Gene Takovic.
What?
Yeah, because he assumed a different identity.
Okay. That was another one of my extras was Saul still on the lam. Damn
Could be.
it.
So I think Saul Jimmy Gene now goes by the name Victor. I think he's just assumed another alias in whatever he's doing.
Victor.
Yeah. I think he goes to jail. That's not one of my predictions, but I think he does go to jail, and my bet is that while he's in prison now, he's like, yeah, just call me Victor.
Okay.
All right. Love it.
Yeah.
Is he Victor or is he going Russian? He's Victor.
Just Victor.
Okay.
My third one is I think that there's a musical montage. And by that, I just mean that there's a montage sequence with some sort of song playing over it.
Okay.
It's not like
not like
Jimmy
a
singing.
Bollywood.
Not
scene.
a sing along. That'd be
No,
dope.
just a musical montage. It's kind of a trope that's been done in a lot of Better Call Saul episodes. They do a good job with that. And I hope they do one more. And then my last prediction is that, so again, the scenes post Breaking Bad have been in black and white, and everything before and even during Breaking Bad has been in color. I think that the color comes back. So I think in the scenes after Breaking Bad and even after the stuff that we've seen with Gene at the Cinnabon, somehow something triggers the color to come back. And now the scenes are in full color.
Like Pleasantville?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Jeff Daniels is going to be involved.
Exactly.
Toby Maguire.
The Tobes.
The Tobes himself. Who else? Reese Witherspoon. Is she in that movie?
Yeah, that's her.
I like that you're like there's a main character in this movie that I feel like you haven't said yet.
Oh, isn't H what's his
William H. Macy.
William H. Macy.
That's
Is
not
that who
who
you're
I
talking
no,
about?
it's not who I was thinking.
The guy, the cowbell
Isn't
guy,
Toby
right?
though?
Who's the Ben? What? No,
Ben
What's his-
Affleck.
No.
Batfleck.
he's the Ben Fraser.
Frasier?
Ben
Brendan
Fraser.
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser?
Isn't he in
No.
Pleasantville?
I don't think so.
I think he's in Pleasantville.
Are you thinking of Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire, I think you're thinking of. But the guy who plays the he needs more cowbell.
Kelsey Grammer?
He talks weird. Christopher Walken.
Oh,
Isn't he like a weird like TV repairman or something in that movie?
yeah, maybe.
I think he's like the magical guy that like sets up the TV for them.
Why did I think Brendan Fraser was in Smallville
I don't.
or Pleasantville? He might be in Smallville.
So this show just turns into Smallville. Perfect.
Yep.
Oh God.
He's Superman now.
Yeah, Saul Goodman, Superman
Yeah.
now.
Doing everything he can. Holding on to what he am.
Somebody save me.
Pretend
Remy
he's
Zero
a
probably doesn't make much
Superman.
money anymore, Jimmy. Don't let him sue us.
Mm.
All right. Well, so the finale of Saul, Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Saul Gone.
Yeah.
Nice. Funeral.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right,
Mm.
we're gonna watch it for the very first time ever. Excited, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe's excited. Jimmy, excited?
I am excited.
All right, that's good. Okay, we're gonna.
Wow.
Are we
It's
gonna
pep talk.
We're gonna do more rusty spoons or whatever they called.
I think so.
All
You
right.
guys empty?
I'm
Give
empty.
me that spoon.
All right.
Is it what are they called?
Rusty nail.
Nail. That was close. All right, we're gonna make some rusty nails and watch the finale, and we'll be back after that. All right, we're back from the finale of Better Call Saul. It was called Saul Gone. Jimmy, got it right up.
Nice. Yeah. So, the way the Wikipedia lays it out, it's a little funky. So I'm just gonna start where it starts, and that is that there are 3 flashbacks in this episode, and the rest of it is present day.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it just explains that first. And the first flashback is with Mike. And they're like in the desert after something happened.
It flashes back to the Bagman episode where Saul had to go pick up money for the cartel, and him and Mike get lost in the desert.
Yeah, and then they Saul asks him what he would do if he had a time machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is Walter. He's with Walter White
Mm-hmm.
in like a basement somewhere.
Yeah, this is like we never saw this in the show, right? We never saw any of this.
I think we might have seen like a clip of them, because this is the basement where they're staying
Yeah.
after they go to the vacuum guy. The vacuum guy helps them get new identities, and so like this is right
So
before.
they're hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
right
they're in
before
like
they
their
escape.
waiting.
transition period of they're in hiding until he drives them to
Mhm.
like go like this is your new name and this is your life. Don't do anything else besides this.
Gotcha. So then Jimmy or Saul, whomever, asks Walter about the time machine thing, and he's like, "That's stupid.
Yeah.
You're asking me about regrets. Let's talk about that." And they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is with his brother Chuck, and that one lost me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like they were trying to make, I don't know. Did that tie anything up? Or
They
what
they
was that?
flash back. Well, I want to stick to plot for now and then come back to the
Okay,
themes.
fair.
But to explain that scene, it was in the first episode. They show a scene where Saul is, bringing over groceries to Chuck, refilling his cooler,
Mhm.
etc. Because Chuck is again living in his house without electricity because of his allergy.
To electricity.
Whereas in that pilot, it seems like he's been doing that for a while. This flashback, it seems like this is one of the first times that he had done it to check
okay.
in on Chuck. And because Chuck was saying like, you don't have to do this, I could just hire someone. And Jimmy says, well, like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And like, you would do it for me. And he, again, they don't talk about the time machine.
Right.
They more of talk about like, Chuck says something like, you can always change direction. And Jimmy says, well, like, you never did. And then they pan over to like the counter, and on the counter is like, I guess Chuck is reading H.G. Wells' The Time Machine.
Yeah. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
So that explains all that.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the present, he's going by Gene now.
Yeah, Gene Takovic. That was the
He-
name given to him when he
Oh,
when
by
he
the
got a new identity.
vacuumman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The vacuumman.
The vacuumman. Yeah, he gets caught like right away
Yeah.
when Carol Burnett turns him in.
Yeah, if you had seen the show at the very end of the previous episode, this woman that he had befriended essentially finds out who he is and calls the cops on him. And so he runs out the door, and that's the end of the episode. And then
Google
in this
will get you.
in this episode, he gets caught pretty quickly. I think I had thought that he was going to be on the run for a little bit longer.
Yeah, he immediately
Nope.
got caught. He hid in a dumpster, and I was like, just sitting there for like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But
He got caught.
he crawled into that dumpster a little too late,
Mm-hmm.
and the cops caught him.
Yeah. So then from there, he's facing like 190 years. They offer him a deal of 30 years, and then he convinces the U.S. attorney that he could influence a jury into deadlock by portraying himself as a victim of Walter. And so they negotiate down to a 7.5-year sentence. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of concessions with that 7.5 year. It's like he wants to be sent to
There
like
was 19 that they agreed on concessions.
yeah,
right? Yeah.
uh-huh.
And then he wanted a 20th, which is like a pint of ice cream every
Yeah,
Friday.
pint of ice cream every Friday, and like before that, he like had worked out that he was gonna get sent to like the, you know,
swanky
the,
jail.
Yeah, the swanky Madoff jail. That they have like a golf club there.
Yeah. I suppose if you're the lawyer for long enough, you learn where these about the way the prison systems
Mhm.
are.
I feel like when you're the kind of lawyer he is, you know which jail you want to go to eventually.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point. You got to plan a little bit. So I don't know if the like Cheryl stuff matters that much.
Cheryl. Oh, that's Howard's wife.
Yeah, Howard's widow Cheryl.
The long and short of that is that Saul tries to sell to the prosecutors one more thing about like giving some information about Howard Hamlin's death, but the prosecutors say that doesn't work for us because
Oh right,
your ex Kim Wexler had already given us all the info on that.
right.
So at that point, that's the cue for him to know that Kim gave herself up, essentially.
Yeah,
And she went and like atoned for her crimes.
yeah.
So what's the next
Did
thing
we
they
know
say?
that in the show? Had you seen that?
Yes, we
Yeah,
saw
you
that.
did- you
she,
did see
she
that.
did,
Okay,
the
that wasn't
previous
like left
episode.
field.
Mhm.
So then about that, like the lawyer now whose name I've already forgotten, who's helping Saul.
Saul's lawyer.
Gene.
Oh, Oakley?
Oakley.
Bill
Thank
Oakley,
you.
yeah.
He lets him know that Cheryl might have a civil suit against Kim, even though like there's no evidence or whatever.
Right,
She
right.
might
Mm-hmm.
be able to file a suit. So then Saul like gives them a load of bull that he's like got more that he's gonna say about
Yeah,
her.
he makes it seem like that Kim's in trouble
Yeah.
and that he's got more info that he's going to give up on Kim.
So then she shows up at his sentencing,
Mm-hmm.
where Saul admits he lied just to get her in the room to personally witness what he has to say. He confesses to willingly participating in Walter's schemes and admits his role in Chuck's suicide before declaring himself by his real name, James McGill. Jimmy is sentenced to 86 years in federal prison, where he is revered by fellow inmates who recognize him as Saul. Kim visits him and, over a cigarette, discusses how his testimony affected his plea deal. Jimmy jokingly suggests, with good behavior, who knows? As
Yeah, 86 years.
As Kim departs, she sees Jimmy in the prison yard, who shoots her with finger guns.
Mm-hmm.
Pew pew.
And she leaves.
Yeah, so that whole courtroom scene is kind of the big like blow off scene because it's like it's supposed to be just like a they've already worked out the deal. This is just kind of a formality.
Right.
But he flips it all around and like instead confesses to everything, even stuff that his lawyer says like that wasn't a crime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody in the courtroom is like, what the fuck's going on? Because he's just like going against whatever was in the plea deal, and is just like, yeah, I helped Walter, like it was because of me, and like that's something that I felt like they tried to hammer in with their flashbacks in the past few episodes to Breaking Bad times, was that like how integral Saul was to making Walter White who he was, that like it seems like Walt meeting Saul was kind of a turning point where he went from just
small fry.
Yeah, small fry guy who can, cook meth real well to all of a sudden like crime lord.
I mean, basically because of Saul, he met Gus, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's true, but.
So yeah, so that's the big piece, and yeah, he, instead of taking his 7.5-year deal, he's essentially in prison for the rest of his life, but he got to confess to everything, and it was essentially for like Kim, right? Like he made a big deal of luring Kim out to the trial because he wanted her to hear this. And as much as it was for him to confess to all this stuff, it was for her too.
Yeah.
Well, did he finally decide to take a different path?
Yeah, and I think that's it goes back to like why we have these flashbacks. Not surprised that we're gonna get a flashback with Mike and Chuck and Walter White, because like those, aside from Saul and Kim, like those are kind of the stars of this like whole Breaking Bad universe. With Mike being in both shows, Chuck being a big part of the first few seasons of
first
Better
3.
Call Saul. So yeah, it's a little fan servicey to go, oh yeah, we're gonna bring these guys back for the finale, of course, but they make like a thematic point of it.
Yeah, it's serving a purpose.
And it builds up. In the first conversation, it's just about time machine and like what would you do if you had a time machine, and Saul just talks about like, investing in Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah. That's all just about money. But that's just the setup, because then it goes into talking about, he talks to Walt about the regrets. And even at that point,
it's pretty superficial.
Saul says, oh yeah, one time I slipped during one of my scams and like I hurt myself pretty bad, messed up my knee.
Yeah.
Wish I wouldn't have hurt myself.
I hurt myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Not any sort of guilt
is
or
like,
anything.
So you've always been like this.
Yeah.
And they did like a specific like shot on Walter when they did that. It was very interesting.
And then the third one was with his brother, and again, not really talking about regrets, but talking about changing your path.
Yeah.
And so to me, it feels like that ties in thematically with like how the ending one is like, he didn't, for so long he's been slipping Jimmy, in that not he's a guy that slips and falls on ice, but he is able to get out of whatever situation because he's a lawyer and he's smart enough, right, to get out of whatever situation he gets in. But this time he stands up, faces music, and I think the message is that he doesn't regret anything. He doesn't have any regrets. And that's why when he talks to these other guys about time machine or regrets, it's all just like dumb stuff, because he truly doesn't regret anything. He loved all the bad shit that he was doing. But there is a part of him that feels like he is guilty for that. And there is, he deserves the 86 years and whatever was coming to him, even if he wouldn't necessarily change what he did.
Interesting.
So he's not necessarily changing direction in terms of going back to be a better person, but
he knows.
Yeah, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
And he knows that he deserves, prison.
It's not my problem. It's society's problem.
Yeah. It's an interesting way to end the show, with Saul going to jail, because nobody in fucking Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, goes to jail. Everyone dies.
Yeah, flames out,
Yeah.
burns too bright.
I feel like this is the only major character that like goes to prison. I mean, Jesse gets out, right?
Yeah, Jesse like escapes.
Yeah.
Does he go to Alaska? Did he end up
He
going
ends
to
up in
Alaska?
Alaska, with a new identity. Kim, I guess, also gets out in that she's not in jail. She confessed to her crimes, but she's not in jail.
Right. I mean, in all fairness,
currently.
she did pretty minor things for the most part.
Yeah,
and then,
relatively.
And then just was next to Jimmy when the bad stuff happened. So,
So yeah, he's the one guy to go to jail, and we see someone. I mean, there's a lot of justice in this universe, but like this felt different because it felt like he had a choice.
I mean, he could have had 7 years.
Yeah, he could have had
Right.
7 years and could have got off
And been
relatively
out.
scot-free.
Yeah. And had a pretty solid, easy 7 years, I bet.
Yeah,
Probably been out in 6.
probably a better 7 years than working as the manager at Cinnabon.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
right.
No
You're
offense to
probably
Cinnabon,
right.
but like, you know, it seems like he would have been taken care of and not watching over his shoulder to see if like the cops are gonna catch him.
Probably could have hung out with like Rudy Giuliani in a couple years.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
But yeah, he could have got out, but he got his judgment and he chose it himself.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting way to end a show, I think.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's yeah, I don't think I think I agree with you fully that he had like basically no regrets. Like he's like, yeah, I did all this. This is, and I would do it all again.
Yeah.
Like almost 100% with a heartbeat. Part of me thinks maybe he is like, I did it. I'll serve the time. I did it. But also part of me just thinks he's like, well, like almost like that he did it all in front of Kim.
Yeah.
And then she also visited him at the end too. But he did it all in front of her. And I almost think he didn't necessarily do it all to just be like, I did it. I deserve the time. I'll just go back to it. But it was almost more like, you're like the only person I care about. And I just want you to know that like, I'm like fessing up.
Yeah.
In a way. Like it wasn't as much in my mind. Like, he was like, I should just serve 90 years in prison. He's like, but I want you to know that I'm just like accepting responsibility.
I want you to know that I know that I deserve this. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, that was a big part of it. It's her being there for this reconciliation.
It's all the same. Like if Kim was dead, I bet he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, yeah.
He would have taken 7 years. Like that's my
and kept on
that's my
away.
envisioning is if like Kim was like somehow not alive in this universe anymore, he would have been like 7 years. Cool, let's go.
Yeah.
So I think her being around had a big deal with that. Almost like she's not necessarily his moral compass, but she's somebody that he thinks he needs to.
Yeah, there's something about he wants to show her that he is taking responsibility this time.
Yep.
Because there were,
Softy.
through their schemes, he would kind of just slip his way out and not necessarily own up if he made a mistake or something. It's just sort of like,
well, yeah, for the most part in the show, right? He like she didn't really know what he was doing.
yeah,
And he would just kind of slip by and she would never know. And this is like, obviously, this is the one thing she was like, obviously super involved in, knew everything that happened, and then caught him. And so this is the one thing that he's like, she knows.
Yeah.
And so now since she knows, I have to like own up to it.
Yeah. And I feel like another like bigger picture thing is that like we talked about this in the in-between about how they both, Walt and Saul, both want respect, but Walt wants it in a way that like he wants his respect and he wants people to be afraid of him.
Yep.
Whereas Jimmy wants his respect and he wants people to love him. And like by confessing to the crimes, he kind of becomes a legend, right?
Yeah.
And he gets to say that, nope, it wasn't Walt that was, coaxing me into doing all this stuff. I did it because I'm, a fucking brilliant criminal lawyer.
Yeah. And Walt wouldn't be Walt without me.
If he can't
That's
get
a
away
wild
with it,
turn.
then he wants to be loved for it.
Yeah.
And he was. By the inmates, at least.
Yeah, it definitely was.
That wasn't mentioned in the thing, but there's a small scene where he's like riding on the like inmate bus to the prison, And he's recognized by the other inmates as like, hey, you're Better Call Saul. And he's kind of denying it, but they're like, no, you are. And they just start like chanting his name or chanting his
Better Call
slogan,
Saul.
Better Call Saul. And like you can kind of see there's like a little smile coming from him. And he's like, I'm fucking notorious.
Yeah. I thought for a second he was gonna be like Kingpin, like from the running the place from the jail.
Yeah, I kind of thought
town.
so too. That he'd be like giving legal advice and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he did. They show a part where he's working in the kitchen in the prison, and he seems to have a lot of friends.
He's using his Cinnabon expertise to make prison bread in the prison bread loaves.
Yeah.
Learned how to bake.
He he gets called out of his shift, and someone's just like, "Oh yeah, I'll cover for you, Saul." And he like fist pounds someone on the way out too.
Seemed pretty chummy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of friends. He's a charming guy.
Yeah, no, I feel like when lawyers go to jail, they probably people don't really like them. But when,
right.
But when Saul goes to jail, I don't think anyone was mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like the inmates were like, "You ain't no narc, bro."
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say I love Jimmy and I'm afraid of Walter White.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, so
Gould.
I think they did it.
They did it. It was just the last thing I'd say is like it's a very satisfying ending, and also just like not a very different ending, I'd say, from like what you would typically expect from a TV show. I mean, just like the last few episodes being in mostly black and white, like that's wild. Like Jimmy, you hadn't seen the last, or you'd only seen the first and last now, but like there was a point in season 6, like 4 or 5 episodes back, where I was just like, well, they wrapped up everything, so like what are they gonna do for 4 more episodes?
Oh, interesting.
And then they went black and white present for
and then they went full
majority.
black and white, and then opened up new plot points from there. So it really just kind of it was a whole nother way of like I didn't really know what to expect for the ending, whereas in Breaking Bad you kind of know, like, there's these bad guys out there, Walter's gonna come back and go after these bad guys.
Sure.
In this one it's just Jimmy, it's just Saul. Like there's no other like bad guys out there, there's no other loose ends. It's just him and his guilt, I guess.
Right. Well, I mean, in Breaking Bad, a bunch of cops, like DEA, they died. Walter died. All the bad guys died. And the only one that didn't die was Jesse, and he got away.
Yeah, he just got out.
And then in this one, Saul went to prison for 86 years.
So Jesse's doing a Dexter thing, doing
essentially
lumberjack somewhere.
Yeah, it was weird because in El Camino he did take a boat out into a storm.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah. But
Well,
he
can't
took
wait for that.
But he took a lot of plastic wrap with him, so it'd be fine.
So
he can murder people with Dexter. Is the new Dexter over?
Probably.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that.
Check it out.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Way to go, VG and
PG.
PG. Way to go, boys. Write another show that's good.
Yeah, do it. I'll be there.
I'd love to have something as enthralling as Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul that is completely different. Be interesting if they could make another banger. Should we see how we did in predictions?
Yeah.
All right. Jimmy, you went first.
Yeah. By the way, it looks like that new Dexter was just like a mini series, and it's
10
episodes and looks like it's done.
Sweet.
But I'll check it out. So I said I thought there'd be a funeral. I was assuming it'd be Saul. There was no funeral. I said Walter cameo. Did get some Walter.
Yes, for sure.
Definitely.
I thought Jimmy was gonna teach a lesson. He kind of taught a lot of lessons, but I don't really know if I can I don't know if I have the energy to argue for that one. And then I thought Saul was maybe gonna have a little bookend watching his VHS ads, but didn't get to see him. Didn't get to bring him to prison. Maybe I don't know. I also thought he was going to win his court case, and I'd argue that he tanked that pretty hard.
Yeah, pretty incredible.
So one.
I would have let you argue that he won it if he would have stuck with 7 years.
Sure.
You know?
If he, yeah. Well, I mean, he got what he wanted, so he did it to himself. He had full awareness.
Saul.
Huh?
Yeah, you know, I hear what you're saying. You got 1 point.
1 point. Jeez.
Well, my number one is, I think, the only point I got, which is basically Saul's court case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we pretty much saw his whole trial without peers.
Mm-hmm.
Never went to a court of his peers. No. So, but we got that one. I said Kim dies. She seems like the only one that got out unscathed.
Yeah.
Well,
so far.
Physically. Mentally, she's probably a horrible wreck.
Yeah.
Oof. It's going to be a difficult life. Number 3, I said Skylar White. It's probably the only person that wasn't in this show.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
God. So not her. And then
couldn't make it. She had some conflicts.
Yeah, she was busy.
Some shooting conflicts.
What the hell is she doing?
She had some Apple show. Anyway, keep going.
Whatever. And then I thought that Saul's smoking gun was gonna come in the form of a VHS, but that was not the case.
Mm-hmm.
He was his
own smoking gun in general. My 5th hidden one was Haley Ehrmantraut. Mike's granddaughter was finally going to get her money, but that didn't happen either. So
Not paying
I just wanted to get them all down. But I'll take my 1 point.
DA's got that money.
Yeah.
My first one is I was pretty excited when this one showed up because Marie Schrader was back.
She was back with authority too.
Yeah, she had a speech and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Out of all the characters to bring back, just
Marie.
that one.
Okay.
I had that Saul goes by Victor, which is not true. It looks like he's retaking his birth name, James McGill.
He wanted to do when he was in court. He was like, "I'm going back to Jimmy," and
Yeah.
then but then in the prison they were like Saul.
Yeah, whatever.
They
Saul.
did not give a shit. And he's like, "Call me Jimmy." Like, no, we're not gonna do that.
So yeah, no point for that. I had a musical montage, which there was a licensed song when he was entering the court, but it wasn't a montage.
Oh,
so
sure.
So no point for that. And then my last one was that the color comes back, which they did do an interesting thing with the color where, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when they were lighting the cigarette in the jail sequence with Kim, the lighter, the flame from the lighter, and then the embers on the cigarette were in color.
I guess I did notice that literally now that you said that.
Yeah. It's kind of a little Sin City, just that piece is in color.
Back to Pleasantville.
Noir.
But yeah, they didn't bring it back Pleasantville style.
Yeah.
Which I think there's some symbolism in that their world is muted in black and white now. Now that all the fun is done, but there's still a little bit of ember, that there's still a little bit of maybe some love between Kim and Jimmy.
Go Kimmy and Jimmy. That's they used to just. I mean, they did in the first episode where they smoked outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they did that in the first.
They would do that throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun callback.
Yep.
So 1 point. 1 point for Marie.
Oh,
one's
onesies.
all around.
Well,
Better Call Saul scored a 10. We all scored 1.
did it again, Bob. Bob has looked the same to me for 20 years. The same kind of hairline.
I mean, he had 2-3 different hairlines in this episode alone.
Sure, but yeah,
he's crushing it.
I guess.
He's crushing it. All right, everybody, listeners, we're finished. That's gonna do it for Better Call Saul. Thank you for sticking with us. If you want to send us some show suggestions or get a hold of us for whatever reason, you can at FNL Podcast on the Gmail or on the Twitter. We got Facebook and Instagram too. Same thing, FNL Podcast. That's just it. That's it for the week. Saul Goodman. See you later.